Schmack-a-ma-gob, my friends, and I'm here to review the new Stryper album called The Final Battle. And this depicting, once again, like the To Hell with the Devil album. You know how Stryper's all buff. Here they're buff again with lifesavers. And that, I suppose, is Jesus. And this is, you know, the apocalypse, them coming to wipe everybody out. And who knew the apocalypse was going to involve lightsabers? Now, I champion a lot of this later Stryper stuff. I try to make, you know, tell people that, man, to me, Stryper is better now than they were in the 80s. You know, I think their albums, starting with this one, and I want to give a shout out to J-Man, who got me this. It's a deluxe edition of No More Hell to Pay. This is the first one. Where I thought, you know, because the ones before it were Murder by Pride and Reborn. I didn't like it all. You know, that was their comeback albums, and I was like, eh. I mean, Murder to Pay had a few songs that were okay, but this is the one where it started to get really cool. And look at this. It's got a pop-up. Well, I guess it won't pop up all the way. There you go. There's a pop-up, you know. Which I think is pretty cool. I have nothing bad to say about it, but I will say this. If I saw this as a little kid, I'd like it even more. Those pop-up books were awesome when I was a kid. But, and, you know, I mean, I loved that album, but I thought the next one was their best. The Fallen. And I loved this one. Goddamn Evil, especially that song, The Valley. Love that song. And the one before, which when I first got this on my first listens, I was like, man, this may be even better than The Fallen. I don't think that now, but I think it's almost a tie, because this album, especially that song, How to Fly, Divider, is amazing. Blood from Above, great stuff, you know. So I'm like championing all this Stryper stuff, so I hear this new one's coming out. And I gotta say, gotta be honest, I'm disappointed. I am. I don't think this album is as strong as those. I think it's kind of repeating themselves now. You know, where, I'll give you an example. Like the opening track is called Transgressor, which is a heavy, fast, killer song. Michael Sweet hitting all the high notes. Everything I love about Stryper is in that song, but it kind of feels like it's treading on the same water as Blood from Above and Yahweh, which Yahweh is my favorite Stryper song. And what opens this album again? Revelation is not really like that, but I'm just saying, I think it's kind of a predictable track. I don't hate it, but at the same time, it didn't give me the charge the past albums did. Now the next track, and I took notes, and by the way, I listened to it 4 times because I wanted to make sure, you know, is it, you know, how I feel it is, because these other albums I showed you, I got right away. So I'm thinking maybe this is one that I need to listen to more. And I listened to it 4 times. Today I drove around with it with my iPod cranked. And the next track is called See No Evil, Hear No Evil. And there's just no sharp hooks on this track, if you ask me. You know, it doesn't pull me in. You know, the playing and the singing is top notch, because these guys are talented. They're very talented musicians. But the song structure, to me, is lacking the awesomeness that is the band. And I hear what they're trying to do. You know, they try to make it, you know, catchy and stuff, but it doesn't hook me in. And that's one of the singles. In Transgressor, they have a video for that. All right, the next one, which they have a video for this one as well, called Same Old Story. To me, it's another song that just lacks fire. I expect, you know, I expected more from Stryper because of these last few albums. And to me, the chorus is just bland, but, you know, they released it as a single, so I guess, you know, they really believe in it. And probably some of you out there love it, because after all, this is just my opinion. I'm not telling everybody out there to feel like I do. Do you feel like I do? Whatever. All right, the next one's called Heart of Soul. Heart of Soul, right? Is that the name of it? Or Heart and Soul? Yeah, it's Heart and Soul. And I wrote here, the riff is good, and there's some cool sections to it, but not enough. I think the bad parts of this song outweigh the good parts. So again, I'm very disappointed, in this album. After 4 listens. Who knows? Maybe after 10 listens I'll feel different. All right, the next one is called Near. Finally, after 4 songs. Is it 4 songs? Yeah. This song is worthy of being included in any of these awesome albums. I really like this song. And this song is not a heavy tune. It's kind of, I wouldn't go as far to say it's a ballad of this album, but, it's kind of like the softest song on here. And I really like it. It's weird because this is my favorite song on the album, and it's not one of the heavy ones. So Near, it's like, okay. See, in these other albums here, I felt like listening to this album until Near, I thought, man, this band totally blew its load. I mean, usually band blow their load on one album. I thought these guys blew 4 loads, Next one is called Out, Up, and In. Another winner. My 3rd favorite on this album. I think it's got a great flow. It's got some cool hooks. And this is the Stryper I love on this track. And, it's kind of heavy. It's not like, transgressor heavy, but it's pretty heavy. All right, next one is called Rise to the Call. My 2nd favorite on here. I mean, it took 4 songs for them to throw out some great tracks, and this one is killer. This song rules. And what a guitar solo. I mean, even these other songs I don't like, the guitar playing is just phenomenal from both Michael and Oz, I actually like Michael's playing more, but I think Oz is phenomenal. All right, then next is called Till Death Do Us Part. Not bad. I would say it's filler, but killer filler. It's a pretty cool tune. I don't mind it at all. The last track is called Ashes to Ashes. And it's a shame because this song smokes. It's awesome. Until the chorus. The chorus totally ruins it for me. So in the end, how many songs did I like off this? Completely like off it was 1, 2, 3, 3, really. And then the last 2, it's not bad, but the chorus ruins the last track. But that's how I feel, man. Anybody out there that's familiar with all these Stryper albums that I held up prior and that are fans of these albums, how would you stack the new one, the final battle, against it? Am I alone here? Is it me? Am I going, crazy thinking that it's just not up to par with the Stryper I love, especially during, No Hell to Pay? Now, don't get me wrong. I love Yellow Back Attack. I love Soldiers, and I love To Hell with the Devil. I do love those albums, but I think these albums are even better. So there you go. So thank you all for watching. And again, thank you, J-Man, for this. Because I'll tell you something. If anybody out there wants to invest, you want to flip stuff, all these Stryper albums I'm showing you, they go for hundreds of dollars now. So buy stuff when it's brand new. And this will be worth hundreds of dollars in the future. I've noticed that with, Goddamn Evil, Fallen. This actually is not an original press. This is a new version of it. And man, the song on here I like the most is Marching into Battle. But Revelation is awesome. Anyway, there you go. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. So, stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. and smack 'em a gob. Bah! Oh no, wait.